Good morning, everyone. It is Talk About Tuesdays. It is my favorite day. Tuesday, we got questions rolling in. Justin from Tustin in here. Good to see you. Welcome, Allie, Gary. Welcome, everybody. Oh, Rob Deerdick is in the house again. Good to see you, my friend. LFG from Mikey. Sounds great. Thank you, Jake. Lucy, welcome. Let's get some questions rocking and rolling. Talk about it Tuesday. Taco about it Tuesday. Thank you, Colleen, Maria. Good to see you, Mr. Cruz. We will pin up my email address and text number. So if you want my book, ebook, audiobook, or you want me to sign a copy of my book, ship it to you, pay for it, not a problem. Just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Danny, good to see you as well. Seek wisdom. There she is. We will be with Patricia Washington in about 4 minutes. Welcome, Patricia. Make sure I got your request. We will see you in about 4 minutes on here. First, we'd like to take a couple questions. Blaine is in here. And we'll see. We got a few questions. Anyone? And there we go. Questions came in. All right. Number one. Any new books that you have been reading lately? I'm still reading Think and Grow Rich every day, Course in Miracles. Just finished Tim Grover's book, Winning. I am going to read, I read Knowing by Serena and Dyer. So I finished that as well. And now I'm moving on to Choose Possibilities by Senkadur, Singh, Cassidy. And that will be coming out soon. So that'll be my next book on there. Great questions. Remember, surround yourself with the right people and the right ideas. Books are a great way to do that. Here we go. What's one skill you wish you had? I wish I had extreme patience as a skill. Extreme patience combined with the consistent, persistent pursuit that is within the context of my desire that I must be what I can be. Pursuing my potential. If I could have extreme patience, allowing things to happen, blending the currencies of the universe together would be a tremendous skill and asset for me. Good questions. Difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation is getting people up, getting back up, getting started, getting restarted. Inspiration is the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. It's clearing the interference between you and the greatest source of power, light, and lessons, allowing it to appreciate and come through you for others. So inspiration keeps you in spirit, inspired. Motivation is a fleeting. It can be an ego-based consciousness that causes motivation, like fear. Fear can motivate us, but it can't inspire us. It actually creates interference and voids and shortages in what it is. What makes you angry, David? Unkind people. And I try to stop, drop, and roll. Only spend minutes and moments with the need to be offended or upset or angry with others that are not kind. But I soon try to get to a place of understanding and pray for their happiness, as you should as well. So as we seek the understanding, the light, the love, and the lessons in those who may not be aligned with us, and we pray for their happiness if they may have attacking thoughts or attacking actions, to heal that and forgive that is a great way to do that. But unkind people are what makes me most angry, and I only try to spend minutes and moments in that. We got 1 minute. We'll bring Patricia Washington on. What questions should we be asking ourselves when trying to find our purpose? Well, Keaton, your thoughts about your purpose are your purpose. So you should be looking at giving meaning to everything that you see and giving the right thoughts of your purpose to your purpose and getting into the context of looking inside of you for what you want outside of you. So all great ways. Here we go. We will bring my friend in here, and she is the Seek Wisdom PCW. Defining Wealth podcast and has an international community of high achievers. There she is.
Hey.
Good morning, Patricia. How are you?
I'm well, but my name is Patrice.
Oh, how about I can't read? So there you go.
Hey.
I am known as the name butcher, so I would like took 60 different people yesterday, and it is Patrice Washington. And thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining me. And thank you for your patience with my ignorance. But nonetheless, regardless of whether or not I mispronounce your name, you and I have so much in common. I'm so inspired by what you do. Obviously, empowering others to empower others simply to be happy. But you have so much wisdom, and yet you are so young to carry such an old soul. I was wondering, your own transformation when that occurred, because it took me years and years and years to reach some sort of transformational period of my life where I opened my mind to peace and forgiveness and gratitude. When did that occur for you, your quantum shift and your transformation began?
Well, you're right, David. I'm an old soul, so I think I was born at like 37 years old. But this has been a really long journey in the making. I got into real estate really early, actually. At 19 years old, I became a licensed real estate agent in California. At 21, a licensed real estate and mortgage broker, and started a business then. And so I was always just kind of, looking to be the solution to whatever problems I saw around. And I just wanted to, at that time, really add more personal finance education because I grew up not knowing anything about personal finance. And so as I was educating myself, I always took with me the words of my first grade teacher, Miss Boynton. She said, if you know something, you have a responsibility to teach your friends. And that was how I built my business. Everything that I could devour about personal finance, I wanted to teach my clients who were basically twice my age at that time, but didn't know anything about personal finance. And so here I was soaking up all this knowledge and information, and I thought I had hit the jackpot. I'm like, oh, I'm smart. Degree from USC. I passed my broker's exam on the first try during senior year. I got these certifications. I'm good to go forever, right? Why doesn't everyone just do this? And then the recession hit. And when the recession started in 2007, not only did I have 16 loan officers and real estate agents at that time that could not close a deal to save their life. There was so much going on, as you remember, I'm sure. I
only lost over $100 million at that time. So I do remember.
Just 100 million, David, that's all. So of course, all those things are going on. Yes, fight on. I see a Trojan in the audience. All those things are going on. And I'm in the hospital, David, on bed rest. I am on hospital bed rest because at 20 weeks pregnant, I took a fall down the stairs and it sent me into preterm labor. And, I know you're a father, so you know how touchy of a situation that is. So I'm at Cedars-Sinai. I get to the emergency room and they say, ma'am, I'm sorry, this baby's coming any second now. And I did the only thing I knew to do at that time, David. I start praying and I start calling other people and asking them to pray. And what was supposed to be any minute now turned into me being on hospital bed rest for 10 weeks, waiting to have my daughter. Yeah. Then my daughter was born almost 10 weeks premature. So she was born at 3 pounds, 2 ounces, but she was healthy. She stayed in the NICU for another 3.5 weeks. And so during that entire journey, right, I'm being confronted with watching the news and the banks are closing down left and right. A lot of my loan officers, my real estate agents, they're freaking out. They're losing deposits. All the things are happening. And I had to make the first clear decision I ever remember about surrender came in that moment because my doctor came into the room. I wore a belt to monitor the baby every day. And she said, Patrice, if you don't stop, you're going to leave here with no baby 2 years in a row, because I had a son the year before who did pass prematurely. And so I asked them, David, to come into the room and take the TV off the wall. I didn't even want to be tempted to keep watching the news and feeding into the fear and feeding into all the, the doom and gloom. I just wanted to focus on bringing my baby into the world healthy. And I had to have a conversation with myself, which is, if you did it before, you'll have to figure out how to do it again. You'll have to figure out how to do it again. But right now, you're going to have to figure out what matters more. And in that season, having that baby healthy mattered more. And so that was my first lesson in surrendering. And that's not giving up, but it was letting go of control. and leaning into what I could. And so my journey into like personal development and spiritual development and all that, it started for me around 25 years old. And that was the scenario.
Oh, mine started about 2 years before you, but I was about 38. And it's interesting because, I was always seen as an old soul, but just because you're an old soul doesn't mean that you have awareness to experience. And the lesson that I learned through my own transformation was to, understand the ego and to ask for help.
Yeah.
I think both of us, being successful, such as a millionaire at 24, graduated top of my class from law school, the best schools, the best family. And I thought, by 38, I thought, I was running Lee Steinberg, the sports agency. So not only was I a multimillionaire, but I had access to everything and everyone, the things that people couldn't pay for, like Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, Masters, Kentucky Derby. And man, 2 years before 2008, my wife warned me and saved my life, not just financial, but saved my life because I was just buying my own BS. And that transformation has led me to be on the Transformational Leadership Council with, I've written books with Jack Canfield, with Bob Proctor, John Asseroff, these amazing people. But yet, the thing that I find most interesting, Patrice, about you is we both still kept the financial currency side. See, I believe faith is a currency, which we both learned, right? The currency of faith being an object that we put into the flow to get what we want in a bigger, grander scale between limitlessness and infinity. But we still blend it with the currency of money. And, both of us utilize that. In fact, your podcast, Redefining Wealth podcast, is, I think, a perfect blend. Is, you're an intuitive author, a speaker, a media personality, all of these things, but you blend both currencies, money, an object of energy that you put into the flow to get what you want, with faith. And so how have you been able to help people still be persistent and consistent and capitalistic? I wrote a book called Compassionate Capitalists, behind me. But how do you blend money with faith?
That's such a great question. So first of all, I have to tell you, I did hear your story at Thrive. I don't know if you know, we spoke at the same event a couple of years ago, 2019. And my husband and I were backstage. Or to the side of the stage. I listened to you speak, and he said, "You and this guy just should know each other." And I didn't get to meet him today, but I'm just in awe that 2 years later, here we are. So I think that's even a testament to, like, how things move. And just the energy, right? The consistency and the energy with what you put out. But for me, I grew up in the church, David. I don't know about you, but I was a kid that grew up going to church like 8 days a week, 25 hours a day, like it's church. And so I learned from watching, I think, a lot of really unsupportive things about the connection between faith and finance. So what I actually was programmed to believe was that living in lack was humble, that being rich was bad, that you were greedy. There were a lot of very negative associations. Like, people would use scriptures out of context. So out of context, the root of evil is money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil. All these things. And so it took a lot of reconditioning to be a person who can maintain my faith, but also believe that that prosperity was my birthright. Like, it wasn't like just an overnight decision, because there was so much conditioning from my childhood. And it's one of the reasons that one of our number one episodes on the Redefining Wealth podcast is that faith is not a financial crutch. You still have to show up and do the work, and you still have to understand what money gives you access to in the bigger scheme of things. I'm not really the giver or the philanthropist, the person that I want to be, if I can't pay my light bill. If I can't take care of me first, there's no way for me to go out and do the work that I know I'm called to do in the world. So managing my finances properly is a duty and a responsibility, because there's more people that I'm called to serve. And so because I see money as just a tool to help me do that service, I don't have a problem making more and more of it.
Yeah, I had to shift the paradigm of giving. I was always taught the more you give, the more you receive, by people that had nothing to give. And, shifted that paradigm to know that I can't give what I don't have. And that's just not financially, that's everything. And where I reprioritize my non-negotiables to take care of myself first so I can take care of others, which is the primary mission of my life, is to empower others to be happy, over 1 billion people, hopefully to create a collective consciousness of happiness, which I define as making a lot of money, helping a lot of people, and having a lot of fun. I think
Yes.
pragmatically, that's how we are happy people, and not feel resentful or guilty for receiving when I know it's coming through me, with appreciation for others. And that paradigm, money, Bradley helped me years ago because, I was born into a religious family as well, different religion than yours, but, my brother's a famous rabbi. My mom was the principal of the San Diego Jewish Academy. And, I was built into this guilt, money, is the root of all evil, and that, you should give all your money to away. But what about making it? And so Bradley told me, money, money will not buy happiness or love, right? That was my big crutch, was money was going to buy me happiness and love, and it never did. And I ended up empty and soulless. But money allows you to shop. And what I like to teach people, and what I learned from your podcast as well, the Redefining Wealth podcast, is what to shop for. Right? What do you shop for? Get as much money as you can. If you shop for the right things, you're going to be super happy. If you shop for things you don't need to impress people you don't like, you're going to be miserable. You're going to have void, shortages, and obstacles. And so
Right.
I have helped people focus in on, what are you shopping for so you can receive more, so you can give more. For you, what is that, final question, relationship with money now? And, what area do you help people build wealth? Is it in financial planning, insurance? Is it real estate? Is it a broad portfolio of a balanced, advice? How do you help people with building their relationship with money, which is obviously one that you've transformed for yourself?
Yeah, it's actually through none of those things, David.
Good.
I actually help people through, really utilizing my certification in financial psychology. So I feel like my role in this whole game is to get people ready to receive the skill set knowledge that they get from other practitioners. I think that a lot of people, assume, okay, I hired a financial planner, now everything's going to go well. But your belief system and your behaviors have to match the budget you and your financial planner put together, right? Like, in order for you to actually execute on what you learn and what you hear and what you're reading and what you're receiving on these podcasts, more than likely there's going to have to be some acknowledgement of some maybe trauma or limiting beliefs or different things that you experienced in childhood. And then how do you recognize those things so that you can recondition what you say you want for your future? And one of the things that I know I heard you say at Thrive that stuck with me was be kind to your future self. It was be kind to your future self. And I think that one of the ways that we become kind to our future self is to give ourselves the luxury of healing. A lot of the things that we do on a daily basis that just do not support what we say we want. When we're 40, 50, 60, 70, legacy, generations from now, what are you doing today? A lot of us have things that we just need to work on healing today. And at Redefining Wealth, we go through 6 pillars. The 5th pillar, being mentally and physically well. We go through the people pillar, how to create relationships that matter personally and professionally. The space pillar, how to set up your life to support the wealth you say you want. The faith pillar, believing in something greater. You don't have to believe in what I believe, but if you say you believe something, you better make time to practice it, because you're going to need it when life hits you, because it hits us all, right? The work pillar, living your life's purpose. And then the money pillar is about now. Now that these things are in order and we've removed the clutter and we have more clarity, now, how do we put into practice the conversations that we're having with our estate planner, with our insurance agent, with our financial planner? Because now we're fulfilled. And we're not trying to fill a void with stuff, though that is taken care of because everything else is in order. So that's what I do at Redefining Wealth. And I'm overwhelmed by the testimonies and the results that people get when they're not chasing money, even in the form of trying to control every little part about their financial life. There's other parts of your life that you bring to your finances, and I help people work through that.
That's amazing. And I agree and believe and study all of those pillars that you have. The only additional thing with the years of experience and situational knowledge, or dummy tax, I call it, that I've paid since I'm a lot older than you, for me, is time. I have found that if somebody would have impressed upon me the importance of studying time, the quantum nature of time, the quantum side, the physics, the metaphysics of time, has changed my entire perspective, allowing me to transcend just in the mere fact that the speed of thought moves faster than the speed of light, scientifically proven now, meaning that the way that we think can affect the pragmatic man-made concept of the 186,000 miles per second that light moves. Imagine your thoughts move quicker than that, and being able to utilize that mindset as a financial psychologist is that I hope your certification, I believe, is amazing. And I'd love to continue this conversation, Patrice. You and I have so much in common. Now that things are opening up, I'm sure I'll get to see you in person. We're not too far away at Seek Wisdom PCW. That's Patrice Washington. And you are just a God blessing to everyone. And I am only bummed I did not get to hang out with you 2 years ago in Las Vegas at Thrive with Cole and the rest of the team. But I'm sure now that once I put my intention on something, the coincidences always happen. So you are a blessing. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to doing more with you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, David. Got to get you on the podcast too.
Just send me an email. I'm coming on Redefining Wealth podcast. I will be a grateful guest. I would love to continue the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right on. Check out Patrice Washington. She's amazing. Not Patricia, Patrice. I'm getting old, start making mistakes like that. But you can see old soul, tons of wisdom, guidance, allowing you. She is one of the most inspiring women that we have. I'm going to let Austin come in. He wants to ask the question. Let's get my friend Austin here, Kevich, at Austin Kevich, the Locks Club. If you're in the dating scene, you may have heard of it. Hey, what's up, Genie?
Hey, David, how's it going?
I'm good, man. Is that a Jets flag behind you? What is that?
Oh, it's just a
Oh,
plant.
it's a leaf. Oh, I thought it was a Jets banner. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
Anyway,
no, I'm from Philly.
oh, right. Oh, even better.
Mhm.
Right on. So Locks Club, there's so many different dating apps out there. And, I think more than ever, I've, 3 teenage daughters. I have tons of women working around me and, people looking for that, intimate partner or just partner. And, there's so much that is not qualified, right? People are looking for more of the higher level of engagement with people. And, a lot of times it gets a little bit scary and a little bit trashy, some of the other apps out there. The Locks Club seems to be more in the humble mode of providing value in relationships and getting alignment in those relationships. What was the motivation for you to create the private membership-based dating app, which is called the Locks Club?
Well, the motivation for me is basically because I wanted it for myself. I was going through a breakup, and I'm at that age where my grandma or mom would be like, when are you going to bring home a nice Jewish girl? And then, honestly, I made the website as a joke at first because me and all my friends would sit around and kind of like make fun of the other dating apps because they're all kind of corny. So I made the Locks Club website, and then a bunch of people, I wrote an exclusive dating app for Jews with ridiculously high standards. And then a bunch of people signed up and applied, and it wasn't even real yet. And then COVID happened, and I was like, all right, well, now everyone's stuck at home. Maybe I should make this for real.
Very cool. And you have a question for me?
I do, and it might be a simple answer. When the company's starting to take off, and now I'm working every day till like 10 or 11 p.m. I'm also trying to have a social life because, like, what's the point of being on Earth if we're just working all the time? And then also waking up early. So I'm wondering how you got enough sleep because you're doing a million things. You probably have always been super busy. So how do you do it?
Yeah, well, number one, I redefine things. So number one, give a shout out to Jeff Fenster, who I've mentored for years and years, and who has this problem as well as every great entrepreneur that's passionate and purposeful about whatever venture it may be. He has Everpull, which is taking off on him. And sometimes our success can be our greatest curse. Shout out to Jeff. I see you there. Haven't seen you in a while. I think he's been in Hawaii. Anyway, so what you need to do is redefine things as activities. And that helps me a lot. So every day I have 24 hours of activity. And we actually create resistance and resentment when we call things work, right? I get activity I get paid for, activity I don't get paid for. And beyond that, I have non-negotiables. And I have to also tell you that 2 minutes a day beats 2 hours on a weekend, especially when it comes to vacationing or when it comes to friends or social events. And we usually, to make ourselves feel comfortable, we stay stuck in what other people would define as work. We go through and get so busy working, we forget to make money. We get so busy working, we forget to have friends. We get so busy working, we forget to date. We get so busy working, we forget to take care of our health. All these things. And you don't have to, because it's just activity. And when you pack in the non-negotiables and put in a minimum amount of time, 7 days a week. So I vacation every day. I have activity I don't get paid for. I vacation every day. I spend a minimum of an hour a day on my health, a minimum of an hour a day with my family, a minimum of 10 minutes a day studying the activity I plan that I don't have planned. So the more productive, efficient, and grateful I am in my day, the more I can bend time. So what you want to do is start creating a habit machine that's relative to your non-negotiables. And what I'll send you is I have 5 daily practices that are aligned with this context that allow you, number one, really quickly to determine knowing your what for the day, personally, experientially, giving and receiving you want, who can help you and who you can help. So know your who, how you're going to get it all done, be productive, accessible, and gracious with your time. Know and prioritize your now, because prioritization is a huge issue and creates resistance. And then how do I apply my why, this happiness quotient, to what activity I get paid for and what I don't? I'm happy to send you that. Just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. In fact, anybody that wants the 5 daily practices to get and create the balance so that you can make more money, help more people, and have more fun, you will double and accelerate the size of your business, double your revenue and valuation, and have the best social life you've ever had, even better than when you were in college, simply by following the 5 daily practices and understanding that 2 minutes a day equals more than 2 hours on a Saturday, and being consistent and persistent in that behavioral practice of those 5 daily habits. Does that sound fair?
I love that. I'm excited to try it.
All right, email me, man. Everybody else, feel free to email me, david@dmeltzer.com. 5 daily practices. Austin, I am going to be one of your biggest salespeople, because I have so many Jewish, especially women, looking for great relationships. Check out the Locks Club. What a great name. At Austin Kevich, or the just locksclubapp.com. Thank you so much.
Thanks, David.
You got it. Congrats. Take care. All right. That's a great question for everyone. 5 daily practices. Know them. David@dmeltzer.com. I'll send them out to you so you can practice those. Knowing your what, knowing your who, knowing your how, and knowing your now, and knowing your why. Toe check. What's up, my man? What's going on? Can you hang on? I'm going to bring on Zion Clark, but Toe check, can you hang on? I'd like to bring you on at the very end, if you wouldn't mind. But I have to bring on Zion Clark here, the big Z in the house to be. And we'll bring you on as well. Motivational speaker, wrestler, Paralympic track runner, super inspirational person, the Zion Unmatched. What's going on, Z?
What's going on, man? How are you doing?
I'm amazing. Thank you so much for your patience.
Oh, no problem. I was listening to a bit of your show, and it's amazing what you guys are doing and what you talk about.
Yeah, you know, we try to provide a different mindset, a different heart set, and then some pragmatic tools. I think a lot of people forget the pragmatic things, you know, which is why I create, you know, daily practices and values and exercises that kind of blend what is inside, you know, your mind and your heart. But you and I both know it took, you know, not only a strong mindset and a heart set to have the achievements that you've had, but it also, the law of Goya has applied to your life almost your entire life, right? Get off your ass.
Yeah,
no matter
exactly.
what happens here. So I'd love, share your story with us real quick because, you have a new book coming out, Zion Unmatched. It's inspirational. Plus it has the pragmatic side and it's launching here in a few weeks in August, correct?
Yes, sir. August 3rd.
August 3rd. All right. That's really close. That's like a week.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think about. I've been working on it for over a year. Just
Nice.
for one book, I'm in a 3-book deal, so I'm releasing 2 more. And just the amount of time it took for this first one, uh, even though it's just a small book with pictures and quotes, it's impactful, I think, and powerful to be able to inspire everybody, but a lot mainly targeting a younger generation, so they really understand and get my message.
Yeah, and for you, you've been on big shows, and now as a Paralympic medalist, and incredible inspiration. Share your story with everyone, or give us a little background on the Zion Unmatched brand and message that you're carrying.
All right, so I'm from Ohio, northeastern Ohio, and we're big on football and wrestling out there and basketball. And at an early age, going through the foster care system, I had it rough. And I was struggling with just having a family of my own, struggling with being self-sustainable, just because I didn't have any support system. Going up through that, you didn't have without the support system, it makes life a lot tougher. And having my disability called a regression syndrome makes it even that much more tougher. And with the ability that I have to wrestle at a high level right now and to race Paralympic track and field, it all comes from that last home I was finally in with my adoptive mother, Kimberly Hawkins. My mom, she took me in when she was only taking in all girls because the system said they had exhausted all of their resources and they were about to just ship me off to a group home. And they asked her, they said, "Were you taking this kid?" And she was like, "I'll check him out." She checked me out, invited me into her home. And, I was able to refocus, work on things that I'm passionate about. I was able to explode onto the wrestling scene and onto the track scene just because she pushed me so far to do so. Um, Mainly because of her is why I'm sitting here talking to you, talking to anybody that I talk to, because she gave me the benefit of the doubt and gave me a place to call home and gave me a family, you know?
Yeah, man, that's beautiful. And I remind myself every day, as I spend a lot of time trying to empower others and to be virtually that one catalyst person. I always say Dennis Waitley taught me a great lesson of planting seeds under trees that you may never sit under. And that's never been more true than today when you yourself, as a social personality, as someone who's writing books now, you won't know how many people that you touch just like she has. And we talk about paying it forward or carrying it on or being kind to your future self. This is how we do it. This is why I spend every morning doing this and sharing stories like yours, because I don't know the thousands of people that are listening and will watch the replays of this and then we'll edit it and perpetuate it, how many seeds you and I are planting. And I think, to remind yourself and, and it's Miss Hawkins, is that her last name?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, to remind her how grateful we are, because you won't be here, I won't be here. But I get choked up thinking about it, as I know you do, because I know how much it means. And I try to tell people, you sit there and you're depressed, anxious, frustrated, angry. I get it, but you got to pay it forward. Thinking about this stuff doesn't work. Taking action will change the way you feel. And Miss Hawkins did that for you. She motivated you, sure. She got you up, got you back up, got you started, got you back started. But you inspired, right? You lived in the spirit with faith that you are connected, regardless of whether you have legs or not, regardless of whether any circumstances you have parents or not, or siblings or not, whatever your circumstances are, pain propels us to a better place, a better situation. It doesn't punish us. it propels us. It tells you, hey, dummy, you got a lesson to learn, something big to learn, so you can get to a bigger place, a better place, and a better situation. And I can't think of anyone. I know there's been Netflix specials about you. You've been on Ellen. I've seen all kinds of great things. I just have one last question for you, which the sports question.
Yes, sir.
You know, wrestling's one thing, right? And I always say I picked the wrong sport because I am more built like a wrestler, you know, especially when I was, 5'7", 147 pounds,
Oh yeah, that's
able to lift
good.
over 300. I could run, 11 miles in 77 minutes. I could sprint fast, but not that fast. It's very rare for a wrestler to be on this track team, right? To be, I mean, as a runner, you get wrestlers like the big wrestlers would be shot putters and hammer throwers. But, how did you convert the skill set of wrestling, which is, a lot of upper body strength, a lot of quickness, but not speed, right? You're very quick and strong, but very few can convert that quickness. I always say too bad that they had only 100 meters was the shortest race because I was really good at 40. Yeah, how have you been able to convert your athleticism into kind of counterintuitive sports that usually don't relate to one another?
So let me tell you a quick story. So when I was a junior in high school, my sister, my mom's youngest daughter, her name's Indonesia. I call her Indy. Indy was in the finals for the women's long jump at the state championships. And she had torn her MCL. And she's sitting in almost last place. And she just comes out and jumps 18.5 and a half feet, breaking the record. And after that, I was like, man, my family's lit. I gotta do something. I gotta do something like that. And so, I started talking to people. My track coach at the high school, he's been trying to get me to do the chair racing for years. And I literally just took watching somebody that I'm close to doing the exact thing that they're talking about. And I was just like, I got to do it. I want to be a state champion like my sister. So, I started training every day for the next season. I only had about 3 months of training, figured it out, and ended up becoming a 2-time state champion and a 4-time placer. And then after that, it's just been on the up and up. I've been getting faster ever since. And
That's amazing.
the crazy thing is about it, when it comes to putting the skill of wrestling, I put the tenacity of being a wrestler into my arms when it comes to pushing the wheels on the chair to make it go forward. I really feel like wrestling gave me the sturdiness and the foundation for whatever I wanted to do. It gave me confidence so I can go out and speak to the crowd. It gave me resilience so I can go out there on the track and try my hardest. It just gave me so many different things to where whatever I choose whatever in my mind that I want to do, I'm going to do it regardless of what the conditions are, what the expectations are, because, it's something that I like and something that attracts my eye and something that I find will be fun. Because I'm not doing track and wrestling for a reward. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And, that's why I have so much fun at it. That's why you never see me frowning.
I know, man, you're living the enjoyment of the consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of your own potential. Your Guinness Book of Record holder, is in that pursuit. But I will tell you, you have a big place in my heart, my friend. You are an icon. I can't wait to read your book, Zion Unmatched, coming out. We got 3 books in total coming out. Check out my friend. You are incredible. Come, let's do more stuff together, man. More people need to know Zion Clark. At big_Z_2020, motivational speaker, wrestler, Paralympic superstar, medalist, Guinness Book of World Record holder, and in the Dave Meltzer Hall of Fame. That's for sure, of inspiration and happiness. They don't bring them bigger or better than you. Thank you so much. Zion Unmatched, Zion Clark, thanks for joining me.
Oh, no problem. And by the way, I'm in San Diego too, so if you ever want to meet up, I am totally down.
Oh, man, I came from Akron to San Diego. Yeah, I got a place right in South Mission. We'll meet over there. I'll be down there very soon. Make sure you email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll give you my cell phone. We definitely got to connect.
Yes, sir. My girlfriend and I just moved to Little Italy. It's wonderful.
Oh, so you're really close. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, the great Zion Clark. You check him out. What a great story. I'm going to see if my boy's here real quick. Toe check. I saw you here. Yes, he is. Let me just see real quick. I got a surprise guest. Gave it at dmeltzer.com if you want my 5 daily practices. Oh, my goodness. What's going on?
Everything's great.
How tall are you now?
How tall am I? I'm not a very tall person, actually.
I know, but you're a lot
good.
taller than when I met you years ago.
Yes, I am.
What are you working on?
As of right now, it's music I'm really actually doing. I play the guitar, but this is the theory of music I'm doing right now. So that's what I've been doing just as of right now.
Well, hey, next time you come on, will you play the guitar for us?
Sure, the next time I come home, I will.
You please. Anyway, I missed you, buddy. What's been going on? How's it there in Africa? What is everybody healthy? We haven't heard from you, so I miss you.
I've missed you too. Everything is fine, actually. Everything is fine. We're still in the pursuit of greatness, like you always say. And every day we take it step by step. With consistency, persistence, and resilience, we'll reach where we need to go to. I believe so.
I believe so. And this is what I call Old Soul Day, man. We got the wisdom of the wisest, from Patrice to Zion to Toe Check, my friend. Give me a lesson. We haven't spoken in a few months, so give me a lesson that you've learned in the last few months that has had a significant impact in yours and other people's lives.
Okay, one lesson I really want to point out, and that's something I think we've observed, and that is the power of, someone asked, who am I in Africa? I'm from Nigeria. But like I said, one lesson I think I've learned over time, and as of recent, is the power of you just giving it your all, believing in yourself, and just doing it. You see, most people in school now, the school term, we have the major exam that we write, then the results come out, then we have the prize giving day. But then I noticed something. The people that don't get prizes are always let down. But like, the message I want to point out today is this: everything we do is step by step. And the thing is, today you might not get something. You might keep on trying, You say, I read a lot this term and I didn't get to where I want to go to. You read a lot the other term and I didn't get to where I want to get to. But the thing is, you should always keep on pushing. You see, I love the story of Jack Ma of Alibaba, the founder of Alibaba, is one of the richest men in China. You see, Alibaba was a man that had been through so much adversity. There was a time he even gave a story on stage where they hired there were 24 applicants for a job. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
There were 24 applicants for a job. 23 of them were picked, but only him wasn't picked. But you see, the great thing about Alibaba is that he never gave up. He started many startups before he got to Alibaba, but the thing is that he never gave up. See, Alibaba faced a lot. You see, he was literally facing eBay in China. You see, just like the David and Goliath story. But what made him come out on top is that he never gave up. He kept on pushing, and he said he's the crocodile in the Yangtze River, that he will come out on top. And now today, he's at the top. So like, the message I'm trying to spread is that no matter how small you are, no matter how big you are, keep on pushing and you'll reach where you need to reach. I just read the biography of Alibaba. That's why
I love that. Example. Well, you are an example of someone that has a desire that they must be what they can be. There are no right choices or wrong choices. There's just more choices. And we'll keep making more and more choices to get to a better place, a bigger place, a better situation, or make our situation better. As long as we see the mistakes, failures, and setbacks as lessons in light and love, as long as we see those setbacks, mistakes, and lessons of propelling us to something better, that it's not a punishment. It is propelling us to something better, and you keep propelling yourself to a better place, a better situation. And next time you come back, whenever you want, and you play that guitar for me, and I want to hear a song, all right?
Yes, and the last thing I'd like to say, and this just came to my mind, And you know, like I mentioned, I'm doing music. You see, behind every, and I can share this message from music particularly. If you play music, you understand. When we see these great musicians, these great artists playing perfect pieces on stage, I'll tell you, behind the stage, it took a long time to master it. So like someone said, I'm like fine wine. With time, I become better. So that's what I'm saying. Keep on pushing, and with time, you will be better. Thank you very much, sir, for having me.
Thank you, my friend. Continue to have the desire that you must be what you can be. Tochek, my dear friend from Nigeria, come join me anytime. Thank you for your love.
Have a blessed day, sir.
You got it. Bye. Take care. I got my friends all in today, the old wisdom day. It's Baba Bag. I see you there. We got you. It's Baba Bags, the Baba Bags that I got the Bubby edition of the Baba Bag, where you have a Ziploc bag so you can steal all the sugars and stuff from the cafeterias as they're opening up there. It's called the Bubby Bag. It's Baba Bags. Check them out. They're incredible bags. Anyway, David at dmeltzer.com. If you want the 5 daily practices, reach out to me, or my book, ebook, audiobook. I'll send a book. I'll sign it to you, ship it to you, pay for everything. Don't worry. David at dmeltzer.com. I want to thank all the old souls that joined me today. And we had just blessed guests, Patrice and Austin and Zion and Tochek. Thank you all for joining me. Let me grab one question real quick, and we will move working here. Is patience connected to your center, or is it connected to your ego? Patience is the process of clearing the interference between you and the greatest source of light, love, and lessons. Patience is a process of utilizing your thought process, your meaning, your purpose to clear the interference of the ego. So at its center, we have the greatest prospect of utilizing that process of patience in order to allow things to happen. When we utilize patience as a superpower, it actually speeds up the process. When we try to enforce it to happen, what you resist persists, because we're creating more interference between us and what already exists. Extraordinary questions today, extraordinary people joining us every day. It's Taco Bout Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Taco Bout Tuesday, and we're talking about wisdom, being kind to our future selves. Thank you for all the old souls that joined me today. You made me feel old, but your wisdom is much appreciated. No matter what your age is, you can be a seed to be planted. You can plant those seeds to others to be better. You don't know what trees you're planting them for, but you are planting them. So make sure you're doing your best, enjoying the consistent every day, persistent without quit pursuit of your potential, nobody's else. And remember, most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. We'll see you tomorrow.